Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Yeni Rahayu Widianingsih, and in this video I will talk about the novel I have read. Before I read this novel, I do previewing for get a big picture what will be told or will be told in this novel. First, I look at the title. The title is The Old Man on the Sea. So from the title, I can conclude that the story maybe will talk about an old fisherman and something like that. And then the cover is a blue ocean background. Maybe it's symbolizing the central selling of the story. And then for the headings and subheadings, there is no headings and subheadings in the novel that I read, and also same as the synopsis. And next is for the authors. The author is Hemingway. Hemingway is famous for his iceberg theory, also called a theory of omission. He writes only what is necessary on the surface, while deeper meanings lie beneath or unspoken. So that's about the previewing. Now it's the 5 difficult vocabulary that I find in the novel. First is shallow. In Spanish, it means extremely unlucky or the worst kind of bad luck. For the example in the novel is the old man was now definitely and finally shallow, which is the worst form of unlucky. The context is describes Santiago's trick of bad fishing luck, and then the second word is cave. The meaning is a small, light boat, usually for one person. And then the usage of from the novel is he was an old man who fished alone in a skiff in the Gulf Stream. It refers to the small boat Santiago uses for fishing. And then the third is phosphorescence. The meaning is a soft glow of light without heat, often seen in seawater caused by plankton. The usage in the novel is he saw the phosphorescence of the Gulf reed in the water, and it describes the glowing sea as Santiago rows out the fish. And the fourth is thwart. The meaning is a cross piece in a boat used as a seat or support. The usage from the novel is feeling the whole boat shiver and the noise of you clubbing him like chopping a tree down. It's a part of the boat when Santiago uses the part of the boat that Santiago uses during his struggle with the fish. And then the last word is iridescent. The meaning is showing luminous colors that seems to change when seen from different angles. In the novel, the sentence is the purple formalized iridescent gelatinous bladder of a Portuguese man of war. And it describes the beautiful but dangerous sea creature Santiago observes. Then we move to the summary of the story. The Old Man and the Sea tells a story of Santiago, an old Cuban fisherman who has gone 84 days without catching a fish. Considered unlucky by others, he is no longer accompanied by the boy, Manolin, whose parents have made him work on a more successful boat. Determined to prove himself, Santiago sets out alone into the deep sea and hooks a giant marlin. He battles the fish for 3 days and nights, admiring its strength and beauty. After finally killing the marlin, Santiago ties it alongside his small boat and sails home. On the way back, sharks attack the marlin and eat its flesh, leaving only the skeleton. Exhausted, Santiago returns to his village with nothing material to show, but with his dignity and perseverance intact. And the conclusion that I get from the story is we can learn that true strength lies not in winning, but in enduring with dignity. Santiago, though old and physically weak, shows immense courage and perseverance in his solitary battle with the marlin. Even when he leaves the fish to the sharks, he remains undefeated in spirit from his struggle. I learned that success is not about achieving a goal, but about the efforts, pride, and resilience we show in the process. And the story also reminds me that nature, while beautiful, can be harsh and unpredictable, and that facing it with humility and respect is part of being a human. Santiago's quiet heroism inspires me to stay strong even when things don't go as expected. And then the moral value that I get from the story is first is perseverance and determination. Santiago never gives up even after 84 days without a catch and enduring intense physical pain during his fight with the marlin. His perseverance teaches the value of endurance through hardship. And he called a man can be destroyed but not defeated. And then the second moral value is pride with humility. Santiago is proud of his skills but remains humble. He respects the fish and the sea, showing that true pride is not arrogance, it is quite confidence balanced with humility. And next is respect for nature. Santiago sees the marlin as a worthy opponent and calls the sea La Mar as something feminine and beloved. The story teaches us to respect nature and its creatures, even when we rely on them for survival. And then, strength through suffering. The old man suffered greatly physically and emotionally, but remains dignified. His suffering is not weakness, it becomes a source of inner strength and growth. And the last moral value that I get is the value of companionship. Though Santiago is physically alone at sea, his deep bond with the boy, Manolin, emphasizes the importance of loyalty, love, and companionship, especially across generations. next is the pattern of organization in the story is follows a chronological pattern. And the breakdown of the chronological pattern is the first is for the exposition. The story begins by introducing Santiago, the old fisherman, and Marlin, the boy who used to fish with him. We learn about Santiago's long unlucky streak, which is 84 days without a catch, his poverty, and his quiet dignity. This sets the stage and gives emotional weight to his upcoming struggle. Like the and then racing action. Santiago sets out early in the morning to fish far out into the sea. Hemingway builds suspense as Santiago hooks what he senses is a massive marlin, initiating a long, grueling battle. Like in the novel, it says, "What a fish," he said. "He has it sideways in his mouth now, and he is moving off with it." And then the climax, or the struggle and victory. After days of physical and emotional struggle, Santiago finally kills the marlin, demonstrating skill, endurance, and spiritual resolve. Like in the novel says, "Fish," he said, "I love you and respect you very much, but I will kill you dead before this day ends." And then, for falling action or return and loss, as Santiago heads home, sharks attack and eat the marlin's flesh. Despite his efforts, Santiago is left with only the skeleton, symbolizing loss and the futility of material success. And then the resolution, or the reflection and rest of the story, is Santiago back home and then collapses from exhaustion. And then the townspeople find the skeleton and began to see him with new respect. Manolin returns to him, symbolizing hope and continuity. But overall organizational pattern is the chronological order is the events are unfold sequentially, and then the linear plot structure is from beginning to end. There's a clear narrative flow, and then for thematic progression, the themes like struggle, pride, nature, and dignity are layered progressively through Santiago's journey. So that's all about previewing and the story of novel The Old Man and Sea. Thank you for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.